Good morning, all.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes. So today we are going to learn which subject? Physics, chemistry, computer. Which one? Unmute and give me the
Computer.
answer. Computer. Yes. Ready? Ready? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you know about technology? Is technology important? Is it important nowadays?
Yes, ma'am.
Why yes? If yes, why? Try to answer, even if it is wrong. Guess the answer. Yes, tell. Why? Why? Don't keep on smiling.
With
Tell me
more
the answer.
technology,
Uh,
with more technology, more developments, sir.
everything around us now is been related to technology, right? Even if it is, we want to withdraw money from the ATM, we need technology. Then what are the different services which has been provided, which we can access through the technology? Yes, online shopping. Then now what you are doing now? Studying, isn't it? E-learning. Then, my God, you are new gen children. You do know. I know that you know. Tell me the answer. Then, what else? Open your
Video
mouth.
games.
Yes, can you just repeat?
Video games.
Then, you used to search the internet, isn't it? This is all because of technology. You used to watch videos. I think you don't watch video. You don't like mobile phones and all, right? We hate, right? Yes? Tell me the answer. Yes. Other services. What I need, children. Wow. Ma'am, I don't know what is technology, but I used to watch videos. I used to play online games, right? I used to shop, right? So nowadays it is compulsory for all of us to know more about computer and technology, isn't it? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So can you just guess the chapter's name? I'm going to start a new chapter, which is just related to computer. Okay. So please take your lecture note and note down the chapter's name. It is Computer System Organization. In short, we can say that computer is playing an important role in our life. It has become an important part of our life, isn't it? So in this chapter, we are going to know more about computer system. So our chapter's name is Computer System Organization. What do you know about a computer? What is a computer? Yes, anyone can answer. What is a computer? What is a computer, my dear? You are learning computer science. And what is a computer? What is the basic definition that you know about a computer? Are you studying computer or any other subject? Huh? Tell even if it is wrong. Yes, the answer. Yes. What is a computer? I think I am teaching LKG students who doesn't know anything. Huh? Yes, I know that you know the answer. Yes, what is a computer? Yes.
Okay,
Yes, John, very good.
Machine search, I think.
I think, yeah. Can you just raise your voice a little bit?
Computer is like a hardware which we can search anything from the internet. Or
Huh.
something.
Okay. Any other answers regarding computer? All are sitting like this. You don't know what is a computer? Most of you are using computer, right? Yes. So what is a computer? I need answer, not like this. Yes. What is computer? Nothing. Yes, Jewel. What is computer?
It's a machine.
It's an electronic machine. Very good.
Used to get information.
Yes, very good. From your childhood, you are learning that computer is an electronic device, isn't it? Through which we give input, processing has been done, and we will get the output, right? So you know that today's world is an information rich world. Means everything around us is been related to technology, right? From whatever services we are using, it is all related to what? Technology, right? So computer is playing an important role in our life. The capability of the computer to process, store, and retrieve data has played an essential role in our life. This is the basic points that a small child knows. I don't know about you, but others know. I know that. So these are the basic points. No need to note these points because this is the basic point regarding a computer. So basically, we are moving to the important point. What is a computer? So it is an electronic device. So what is computer? It is an electronic device which accepts a set of instruction. Okay, which accepts a set of instruction in the form of program and executes it. After that, it displays the output to the user. So what is a computer? Basically, it is an electronic device which accepts inputs, then process it, or we can say it executes it and gives us the result. Right? How we can enter input into the computer? My LKG students, how we can input data into the computer? Is there any magical powers through which we can enter? Yes.
Using input devices.
Can you just raise your phone? I can't hear properly. Yes.
Using input devices.
Input devices from which, how we can get the output? If I say I want the output, will I get the output? No. With the help of what we will get the output?
The monitor.
Not only monitor, output devices. There are different types of output devices, isn't it? Through which we will get the output. So other than monitor, can you just give me one example for the output device? Pooja, one example for the output device.
Printer.
Yes, printer. So what is computer? If I ask you again, what is computer? Then you have to say it is an electronic device, isn't it? Yes, which accepts a set of data with the help of input devices, process it and gives the output with the help of output device. Okay, so here we can see the working of a computer. Working of a computer has been expressed as an equation. See, we give data has been processed and we will get the information. I know that it is not clear. So what is the equation? First, we will enter the data, right? After that, it has been processed. Processing has been done. After that, we will get information, or we can say that information is the processed data. Can we say that? Can we say like that? What is information? The processed data is known as information. So first we will input the data. After that, processing has been done. After that, we will get the information. Here you can see the data, example for the data. See, what is data? You can see data or data. Both are correct, okay? See, this is, I'm just writing the example for the data. What is this? These are data. So can you just tell me what is data or what is data? What is data? In computer, you are just hearing this word every time, data, information, data, information. So what is data? Raw facts. Okay, raw facts or figures are known as data, which means that when I have written 106, are you getting any meaning? What is 106? Can you just guess? What is this? Is this a number? Is this a score? Is this a number for your house, of your house? What is this? Or a page number? What is this? Are you getting any meaning of this? Are you getting any idea about this? Getting any idea about this? No, right? You are not getting any information, right? So data means the raw facts or figures. But when you see this example, when you look at this example, you will get an complete information about this, isn't it? So process data is known as information. Here you can see 106 is the roll number, and the particular person with roll number 106 is having 85. And second one, 125 is the roll number, and that particular person is scoring 70 marks. And 169 is another example for the roll number, and that person or that particular student is getting what mark? 97. Here in this figure, from this figure, you will get an complete information, complete detail, isn't it? So what is data? It is defined as the raw facts of figures. Okay, here you can see different examples for the data. So this is one of the important question which is being asked usually. So what is data? It is defined as the raw facts of figures. Here you can see one example. You don't know what is this. You don't know what is this, right? We are not getting complete information, or we are not getting complete detail about this. So we can say that data does not have any meaning when presented as such. But what about the information? It is defined as the collection of data which has been organized in a particular manner to generate meaningful or process data. If data have been organized, we will get a complete information. We will get a complete detail. That is known as information. Okay. So if someone asks what is data, you have to say that it is the raw facts of figures. We can't get complete information regarding that if we see a data. But what is information? The processed one, which means that many data are connected or organized together to form a complete detail, which is known as information. Is that clear? See, in English, you have learned many words. I am going to write one example. See, this is my data. Okay. Did you get any information regarding this? Can you just get any? Are you getting any ideas regarding this statement? I car have? No. But if I organize in a proper manner, I have car, then you will get one information. You will get detail about this, isn't it? So this is what is an example for information. I hope the basic information regarding data and information is clear. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we move to the next topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So computer takes input in the form of data and generates output in the form of information. That is correct, isn't it? We used to enter data and we will get the output in the form of information. We will get a complete information regarding the data that we have entered, right? So this process of converting data into meaningful information is known as information processing cycle. So what is information processing cycle? The process of converting our data into some meaningful information is known as information processing cycle. Okay, so what is information processing cycle? The process of converting our data into some meaningful information is known as information processing cycle. Information processing, from that word you will get the meaning of that concept, isn't it? Information processing, which means that what is information? The process data is known as information. So information processing cycle means the cycle or the process in which our data have been converted into a meaningful information. So computer used to take input in the form of data and we will get the output in the form of information. Okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Before moving to the main topic, I want to ask you some question. Let me see whether it is okay for you or not. Renil,
Yes, ma'am.
what is data? No need
Data is
to read from your
under-
note. No need to read from your note. Yes.
Data is any information given to the computer.
Data is an information. Can you just give me one example for that?
Hmm. Any information.
Huh?
Any information.
What any information? Information means the processed data is known as information. Raw facts are known as data. Your name, Renil, right? It is a data. If I ask Rahul, do you know what is Renil? He will answer that it is a brand name. He can say like that, isn't it? Yes, Renil? Yes. So the raw facts are known as data, and the processed one, the one when we look at that, if we get an complete detail, that is known as information. Okay, is that clear, Renil? Yes. So, yes, John. What is computer?
It's an electronic device which accepts data.
Unmute.
Electronic device.
Only an electronic device. What it does?
It accepts data, processes it, and stores it.
Yes, what it does? What it does?
Man, is it me or Tom?
Yes, dear.
Ma'am, did you say to me or Tom still?
No, John. Only John. Okay.
I mean, it accepts data as input and then
Ah.
receives, gives information as output.
Okay. Very good. So moving to the next topic. Now we are going to learn the basic components of a computer system or basic parts of a computer system. Okay. So you all know that computer system is basically divided into two, hardware and software. From your childhood, you will be hearing about these two words. So computer system is basically divided into two, hardware and software. So what is hardware? What is hardware? Pooja, what is hardware? Yes, Pooja, what is hardware? Am I audible, Pooja? Unmute. What happened? Yes, what is hardware? Anaga, what is hardware?
The visible parts of a computer that we can touch and interact with.
Okay, very good. The physical parts of a computer that we can touch and see. Okay, what about software? The
The
physical
pro-
parts, the parts that we cannot touch and see, right?
The
Yes.
program that the computer runs.
Yes, set of programs. Yes, very good. So basically, what is a hardware? Hardware is the physical components of a computer like monitor, keyboard, motherboard, etc. that we can touch and see, isn't it? So these are the physical parts. Sorry, these are the examples for the hardware. It means that the physical parts of a computer that we can touch and see, okay, that we can use. So these parts are known as hardware. So what about the software? Set of instructions given to the computer, right? Every day you will get set of instruction from your parents and teachers, right? Do you get some of the instructions? Do you get instructions from your parents and teachers? Don't do this, don't do that. You have to come here at this time. Will you get this instruction from your parents? Do you get?
Yes, ma'am.
Why? Why they are giving you such instructions for you? To make you do some work, right? Yes, like that computer also works with a set of instruction. So software means the set of instruction which is being given to the computer. Okay, it is a set of programs or instructions. So here you can see different types of software. In your phone, you could see many different types of application software. That by short, we can say it as app. Isn't it? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can you just give me 2 examples for the software, application software that you are using frequently? Free Fire, huh?
Google,
Oh, okay. From then,
YouTube,
YouTube. Okay, so these are examples for the software. This comes under application software. Okay, here you can see different examples for the software. Okay. So this is the IPO cycle. Okay. From this figure, what you can understand? Can anyone just tell me? What is this? IPO stands for input process output cycle. Can you just explain this? Can anyone just take the initiative to explain this point or explain this figure? You all know the basic concept regarding computer. Just explain this with the help of the figure. IPO stands for input, then process output cycle. Okay, IPO stands for input process output cycle. So can you just explain this? Computer accepts input, isn't it? Or computer doesn't accept input. I think your computer doesn't accept an input, right? What is input? Yes.
computer
Hmm.
accepts input and then it processes into output as input.
Yes, very good.
Or gains.
Very good, very good. So every task given to a computer follows this one, IPO cycle, which means that input process output cycle. It accepts input, isn't it? Computer accepts input, it processes the input, after that it produces the output, isn't it? The input unit takes, means input unit means input devices takes the input. Who does the processing? CPU, central processing unit, process the data, and we will get the output with the help of output unit. Okay, so output unit produces the output. And memory, what is the role of the memory? It holds the data and instruction during the processing. So during the processing, there should be someone to hold your data, isn't it? So memory does that. So IPO cycle stands for input process output cycle, which means that it accepts input with the help of input unit. It does the processing. Who does the processing? CPU. CPU stands for central processing unit. Learn this. Okay, CPU stands for central processing unit, and we will get the output with the help of output unit. And in between, there should be someone to hold the data, right? And information. So who does that? Memory does that. Okay, so memory unit holds the data and instruction during the processing. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So IPO, learn the full form of IPO, and please do try to explain this concept because this is one of the easy topic. IPO stands for input process output. From that word itself, you can tell that it takes input. Processing is been done with by CPU. CPU is known as the brain of the computer, you know that. So CPU stands for central processing unit and gives the output with the help of output unit, which means that output devices. Okay, you know some of the examples for the input devices. Can you just give me 2 examples for the input device? Hmm? 2 examples for the input device. Your system is not having any input device, right? 2 examples.
Keyboard, mouse.
Other than that, and what about the output device? Anaga is not having any input device or output device, right? Huh? What
Ma'am,
is the
speak.
Tom? Tom,
Ma'am, I don't know, but your voice is
example for the
cutting.
one, give me one example for the output device.
Ma'am, did you say something? Your voice is cutting out from.
I can't hear, my dear. Check your audio. Okay, who else is ready to answer to my question? John?
Ma'am, desktop.
Okay, very good. So this is the functional components of a computer system. Okay, this is the structure. This structure is also known as Newman architecture. Okay, from here, you know that input using input unit, we will give the input, isn't it? Then processing has been done by CPU. In CPU, there are different units: CU, ALU, register. Please do draw this because this is one of the important question in your exam. So CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. Okay, it contains 3 units. Control unit, CU stands for control unit, then ALU, arithmetic logic unit, and registers for storing. After that, we will get the output using output unit, isn't it? Then there are 2 types of memory, which is used for storing data. So main memory is also known as primary memory, and secondary memory is also known as auxiliary memory. Okay, so this is the Newman architecture. Not sorry, von Neumann architecture. This is the von Neumann architecture, from which we can get the concept regarding a computer systems working, isn't it? So input, using input unit, we will get the give the input to the computer. Processing has been done by CPU, and we will get the output using output unit. So this is also known as von Neumann architecture. This architecture is also known as von Neumann architecture. In your question, if it comes, what is draw the diagram for the von Neumann architecture, then you have to draw this. Okay, so it receives data through input device, isn't it? Then processing, who does the processing? CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. Then we will get the result with the help of output devices. Then here there are 2 types of memory, main and secondary memory, or we can say that say it as primary memory or secondary memory, which is used to store data, isn't it? So main memory, what is the role of the main memory? It holds the input and intermediate output during the processing. During the processing, there will be someone who can hold the data. There should be someone who can hold the data or the intermediate result temporarily, isn't it? So main memory does that. So main memory holds the input and intermediate output or intermediate result during the processing. So please do draw this figure, and I think explanation is very simple. From this figure you could explain the concept very well. So input unit, through input unit, we will give the data to the computer, then processing has been done by CPU. After that, we will get the output with the help of output unit, isn't it? So there are 2 types of memory, primary memory and secondary memory. Primary is also known as main memory, okay? And secondary is also known as auxiliary memory, which is used for storing data. From this figure, you can see that, isn't it? Then what is the role of the main memory? It holds the input and intermediate result during the processing. Is that clear?
Yes.
Is it over? So this architecture is known as von Neumann architecture. This is the functional components of a computer system. It is the main parts of a computer system. Is it clear? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we move to the next topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So before that, let me ask you one question. Which unit help us to give input to the, which help us to input data to the computer? Which unit help us to input data to the computer? Which unit?
Input.
Which unit help us to input data into the computer?
Ma'am, input unit.
Input unit. So CPU stands for? CPU stands for?
Central processing unit.
Okay, what is the spelling of processing, Rahul?
Ma'am, processing.
Okay, from up to this topic, I think it is clear, right? So, I would like Naureen, right? It is Naureen. Can you just
Yes,
tell
ma'am.
all the concepts that we have discussed till now from the starting? Yes, tell me.
Data, information
Hmm.
about computer system and input devices.
Then we have learned one architecture. What is that? IPO cycle, isn't it?
Yes.
So IPO stands for, Anaga, IPO stands for?
Input process output cycle.
Can you just explain that cycle? From, yes. Same thing, same sentence in all the topic. Yes, Anaga, try.
It's how the computer accepts input and then processes it and gives us the output.
Okay. So Pooja, who does the processing?
CPU.
Okay. So I hope this concept is clear. Now we are moving to the next topic. Input unit. So basically you all are familiar with this concept, isn't it? Input unit. So what is input unit? What is input unit? Yes, Joel, what is input unit?
Data given to computer.
Can you just repeat?
It is the data given to the computer.
The unit through which we can give enter input, isn't it? So an input unit takes or accepts input, isn't it? And it converts it into binary form. You know that computer can only understand binary language. So binary language means it contains zeros and ones. So input unit, what it does, it takes the input, isn't it? It takes the input and it converts into binary form, which has been understood by the computer, right? Then what else? You all know that input unit has been attached to the computer. Then only we can input data, isn't it? Yes? Yes. So basically what is the role of the input unit? These devices accepts input from the user and it converts to the form that has been understood by the computer. And binary means two. You know that only 0 and 1. Computer can understand only zeros and ones, which is known as binary language. So it can be on or off or high or low voltage. Okay, there are 2 bits. Which are the 2 basic bits? 1 stands for on and 0 stands for off. Okay, so binary means there are 2 states. It can be on or off, or it can be high or low voltage. So which are the 2 bits? 1 and 0. 1 stands for on and 0 stands for off. Yes? Completed? Completed? No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, right. So what is the main role of the input unit? It takes and accepts input from us, isn't it? With the help of devices. You are familiar with different types of input devices like keyboard, mouse, then scanner. Is scanner an input device or output device? Have you ever seen a scanner? Huh?
Yes.
Yes. So what scanner is an input or output?
Input device.
input device. Why? Why? Can you just repeat? Yes.
Scanning and accepting information to the
Yes.
computer.
Converts, yes. It accepts input, isn't it? It converts our documents and it stores our documents into the computer. That is why it is known as input device. So what is the basic line or basic concept regarding input unit? It accepts input and it converts into the language which has been understood by the computer, which means that binary language, isn't it? It consists of zeros and ones. So basically, what is the definition of an input unit? It fetches the input and converts it into binary form, which has been directly understood by the computer. That this is the main definition of the input unit. Okay, it fetches the input, it converts it into binary form, and which has been understood by us or machine or computer.
Computer.
Computer. Very good. So shall we move to the next topic? Over? Is it over?
No, ma'am.
Okay, right. So what is input unit? It fetches the input, right? It accepts input from us and it converts into binary form, which means that zeros and ones consist of zeros and ones, which has been understood by only the machine, which means that computer. So we are moving to some of the topics related to input unit. Okay, we are going to learn about input devices, various types of input devices. First one is keyboard, which is familiar to you all. Right? Now, tell me what you know about a keyboard. Now, tell me what you know about a keyboard. All have seen keyboard, isn't it? Is there anyone who have not seen keyboard yet? I think you have not seen keyboard yet, isn't it, my dears, my LKG students? What is keyboard?
It's an
I told
input
you no.
unit.
Just guess the answer. Yes.
Letters, numbers, and special characters.
First point, if someone asks what is keyboard, you can see that it is an input device, isn't it, which is used for giving input. What is the shape of the keyboard? Is it short, it is long, or it is what? Circle, rectangle? What is the shape?
Rectangle.
Rectangle. It contains small buttons, which is known as keys, isn't it? It contains numbers, alphabets, and special keys are there. So what is keyboard? It is an input device which is used to enter data in the form of letters, digits, or commands, isn't it? It is just a contrast to typewriter. Have you ever seen a typewriter? In older days, typewriters were used to enter data, isn't it? Have you seen typewriter?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is just similar to that, but there are extra keys regarding that. It contains, this keyboard contains function key, directional keys, and different types of keys are there when you just compare it with the typewriter. So today, first, we have learned about keyboard, which is an example for the input device. So you can write in your own words regarding or about keyboard, isn't it? You can write many things regarding keyboard. It is a input device. There are many small buttons. These buttons are known as keys, right? Do you know what is key? Yes, the small buttons in the keyboard is known as key, right? Right? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. That's all for now. Thank you. Bye.